my family. Okay, y'all, so this is going to be a little late of a video. I had to stop what I was actually doing today because I had an eye-opener. Now, granted, you're going to look back here and ain't nothing perfect. Nothing at all, y'all. There's a reason for it. And I can't wait to share it with you. This is the eve, before the eve of Christmas. And there's a lot of women just like me right now. And I can't wait to come back and tell you what I learned. And it was a big eye-opener. Alright, my family, so here is what it is. Now, for the most part, most of us mamas, wives, grannies, we all have our dinners with our family. Many of us have large families. Now, for the most part, I would say that some families come together, everybody pitches in with potluck, and however they do that. There are some families who just don't do that, and one person usually ends up hosting the entire meal before, after, and then just before going to bed. It can be very frustrating. It can be very disappointing, hurtful. So many things could come our way as, well, why didn't they help me in the kitchen? Why this? Why that? And it makes sense to ask that. I've done the same thing. But see, I've done this every year. And the outcome, I already know. And that was the sad part. I already knew what the outcome was going to be, yet I still complained regardless. But here was my eye-opener, and I thought I'd share this with you because I did have study. I had to stop for a moment, sit down, and so I opened up my Bible and I asked God to help me. Be careful what you pray for, y'all. Let me show you where I was led. Holy smokes. Okay, so it's short, sweet, and directly to the point. Okay, so this will fall under Luke chapter 10, 38 to 42. Lord, y'all, my feet are hurting over this one. Now it happened as they went that he entered into his village, and a certain woman named Martha welcomed him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, who also sat at Jesus' feet and heard his word. But Martha was distracted with much serving. And she approached him and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Therefore, tell her to help me. Really? And Jesus answered and said to her, Martha, Martha, you are worried and troubled about many things, but one thing is needed, and Mary has chosen that good part that will not be taken away from her. And I'm thinking at that point, that's kind of not fair. I mean, if she's doing all this for the Lord, why should she do it by herself? Then I went to the study. That's where my feet hurt, y'all. So here's where it happened. Jesus did not blame Martha for being concerned about household chores. He was only asking her to set priorities. It is possible for service to Christ to degenerate into mere busy work, and it is no longer full of devotion to God. But there were other parts of this too, and I'm going to get to the point. This is part of it, that we could just decide to we feel the need that we've got to serve, but we're missing something, and I'm going to get to that point, what was revealed to me. The other part of this was Mary and Martha both loved Jesus. On this occasion, they were both serving him, but Martha thought Mary's style of serving was inferior to hers. She didn't realize that in her own desire to serve, she was actually neglecting her guest. Does this start to make sense? Are you so busy doing things for Jesus that you're not spending any time with him? Don't let your service become self-serving. Yeah. Okay, so how does that pertain to our family meals? Well, this is where I'm going to bring it to you, y'all. So how does it pertain to us? Did we plan the meal? Regardless if it's acceptable to our guests or not, did we plan the meal to an expectation? Did we kind of maybe plan the meal to impress our family? I've done this. Not realizing this, y'all, I have done this. Hold on a second. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, so back to what we were doing. So we planned our meal, and we planned it to where we feel it's like an expectation for our family. We figure, okay, so they say they like this or they like that. We like to carry traditions. And sometimes in the midst of all of our planning, we decide, okay, so if I work here, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to cook this day. I'm going to cook that day. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this there. And then the days get to the point where you're getting exhausted. You look around, your guests start coming in, and everybody's associating. Where are you? In the kitchen. You're preparing. You're cooking. And nobody's coming in to help you. So you're kind of getting a little agitated. You're watching everybody from afar. They're enjoying, you're hearing laughter and fun, and you're thinking, this is not fair. I'm in the kitchen. Everybody's having fun, of course, and while I got to sit here and slave for everybody. Then there's after the fact is nobody's going to put the dinner away. So you've got to do that. And then you've got to do the dishes afterwards because, well, of course, nobody's going to help you. But in the beginning, you knew that that was going to happen, right? Is it possible that we may have done our dinner a little bit more extravagant than we can handle? I know I've done it for several years, y'all. And when this hit me like a ton of bricks, because I knew Christmas was coming, and I'm like, Lord, what can I do? I can only do so much this year. Maybe that was the point. I had to actually sit down and rethink my menu. Now, let me tell you all, I have wanted to always keep a family tradition, the way my mama always done it for Christmas. She would make this beautiful, and honestly, at the time, we didn't know what this is actually was called. And we called it our family buffet. However, it was my mom's way of doing her own charcuterie for the entire family. Bless her heart. Mama would be doing this for a week in advance. A lot of this stuff she had done and she froze. A lot of these things that she had pre-cooked, and then all she had to do was reheat. Regardless of what she did, she always did something. So y'all, I felt like I had to keep that family tradition. And everything worked great. However, I'm getting older. And I can't seem to do exactly what I used to do. So I had to simplify my dinner. Now I felt like I had to justify to my family saying, well, it isn't what it used to be. But you know something, y'all? Maybe, just maybe this year, I'll be able to enjoy my family because I'm not going to be so busy in the kitchen. I simplified my menu, made it easier, but yet an elegant meal such as a nice glazed ham, some garlic roasted potatoes, some fresh milled breadsticks, some deviled eggs, corn, maybe some green beans, and a small charcuterie for an appetizer. Y'all, I can do that in 2 days. Most of it I could do the day before, and I could spend most of my time sitting with my family now, enjoying my guests. enjoying the fact that I am not so busy, that maybe I can spend just 5 minutes to 10 minutes, if not longer, into my Bible that morning with a cup of coffee and spend time with God, who just revealed to me why I'm so angry, why I'm so busy, and why I feel the need to have to complain. Because sometimes maybe I just make too much expectations on myself. And when that happens, I expect everybody else to do things for me as well. And they don't. Here was another eye-opener. In all reality, how many times do we actually, when we go somewhere, if we had to be honest with ourselves, do we do like they do when we go to somebody else's home? Possible. Now, possibly we may offer our services and we will get denied. So we'll go about our business and be thankful to know that we did offer at least. Are you getting the point? Y'all, sometimes my feet hurt when God tells me something because I feel like I just got my foot stomped, but it's for my own good. I am simplifying my Christmas this year to spend time with my family. And it's okay. Because you know what? It isn't about the food on the table. It isn't about the gifts under the tree. It is about the quality time that we spend with each other, sharing our love with each other. I'm not going to spend my Christmas this year complaining about my family. Instead, I'm going to love them. It's okay to serve, y'all. But sometimes in our serving, we can miss something so valuably important. And when it's gone, it's gone. And if we continue to keep serving as hard as we're serving, trying to impress who and for what, and all we're doing is making life harder for us, and what if it comes to the day that we just can't do it no more? Or the fact is we're just not here. What are they going to remember? My family, honestly, is going to remember how many times I spent time in the kitchen but not time with them. Because I just didn't have the time. And y'all, here's another eye-opener. Maybe, just maybe, if we didn't make things so extravagant, we just might get that help because there's not so much more now to clean up. It's okay for paper plates and plastic forks and plastic cups, y'all. There ain't nothing wrong with that. We do not have to have that fine china. I mean, maybe a lot of us have a dishwasher, but if you're like me, y'all, does this house look like it has a dishwasher? Well, frankly, I have a dishwasher, but it's not installed. It's now become my counter space. These are my dishwashers. So I might be able to get that help if I didn't make such extravagant meals, spent so much time in my kitchen, and missed the most important part, and that is my family. Missing my grandchildren, not spending quality time with them or anything else. This year, y'all, I'm changing that. I told you, and a lot of things was changing, and these are the things that I'm being revealed, because as I was trying to figure this out, I'm thinking, well, shoot, nobody's going to help me. And I started praying, and like I told you, be careful what you pray for, because God showed me. He did. He was faithful to what I prayed for. He gave me exactly what I was seeking, y'all. So, what am I going to do with this? I'm really hoping this is helping somebody else out there, because look, we do love to entertain for our families. We do want to give our families the best of all things, especially when it comes to our meals. Hold on, y'all. That is my dinner for tonight, and I'll explain what that is in a minute. Okay, so, but after all, isn't our family worth it? They're worth that, right? But are they not also worth our time? And how do we want to be remembered? So think about it, y'all. This is the eve of Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day is thereafter. If you're in the point of planning right now, and if you have a big family and you're all working together, bravo, and love that quality time with each other. But if you're a small family and you really don't have anybody to do that, if you're overwhelmed at this very moment, or you're about to be overwhelmed where your legs are swelling, your feet are hurting, and you just can't seem to catch up, and you just can't seem to keep going, reevaluate before you start, y'all. Reevaluate your dinner. Make it simple, because I'm going to tell you the truth. No matter what you do, your family is going to love it no matter what. And they're going to love the fact that they spent that time with you more than anything else. They just want to be family. And that's how we do it. I love you all. And I wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Much, much love to you. Keep it simple, y'all. Much love from Parton's Mediterranean Homestead.